levels. You got NIL deals, turning freshmen into millionaires. And you got a transfer portal that works more like NFL free agency.
Welcome to the Hood Report, the spot where culture meets competition and we spit real shit.
What up, though, and welcome to the Hood Report, the spot where culture meets competition and where we spit real shit. Sports for sure is our focus, while culture guides and drives our discussion. In the end, our focus is to ensure that you, our listeners, are both informed and entertained. And with that, I have my three normal gentlemen here with me to help do so. Hello. Interesting topic set up for us tonight. Today we're going to be breaking down the state of college football. Mid-season coaches being fired at record levels. You got NIL deals, turning freshmen into millionaires. You got a transfer portal that works more like NFL free agency. So going to be an interesting conversation. And before we dive into this, I just want to take a second to give a shout out to our sponsor, Hood Gear, which is the official streetwear of the Hood Report. And you can get yours and represent your hood the right way at hoodgearshop.com. That's once again, hoodgearshop.com. You can represent your hood like we do.
That's right.
So with that, starting into it, I think the first thing and probably the most noteworthy thing that we've had is we've had a host of coaches, to date, 10 coaches that have been fired in season before we even get to Thanksgiving. So an alarming rate of coaches, an alarming amount of change. So I guess my question is, does this new environment of NIL, transfer portal, and so many dollars being spent, or dollars that you see now, they were always fucking being spent.
They were always getting paid.
Yeah, dollars that you see, has it created a new sense of urgency and lack of patience in college football? So that one, Mark, why don't you go ahead and go first? What do you think about that one?
Well, hey, when you spend that money, when you spend the money that everybody can see, because like we all know that they've been spending money, but when they spend all this money, they want results right away, and they ain't taking no for an answer. So that money, ain't no more patience in college football for sure. Because when they spend that money, they're expecting these results to be right away, and to me, that's a negative, because you can't expect, especially if you're a new coach coming in. I mean, even though you spent the money for that first year, I mean, it still takes time to build a program. But unfortunately, these days, that ain't the case. You gotta spend money, and you gotta get results. But a couple of veteran coaches got fired too, though. I mean, a couple of them, like we all know Franklin. That's the most obvious one. I think that was like kind of like long overdue for him, because he just couldn't win the big game. So I mean,
but we got a homie that say that he was a good guy and he walked his daughter out in the field and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, so, that shit. Hey,
you don't keep those kind of guys around.
Hey, he probably was a good guy, but if that shit don't win games, that shit don't mean shit to the program. All that walking your daughter out, they don't give a fuck about that. They give a fuck about winning fucking games and going to bowls and winning championships. Yeah, and then really unfortunate for him is because his two biggest rivals in his conference just won the championship the last couple of years too. So that's putting more pressure on him. So it's tough these days to be a coach. I'm telling you right now.
But it's a long time coming though. It's a long time coming for these players to get paid. They should have been paid. For my opinion, they should have been paid.
We ain't talking the player pay yet though. We're talking coaches.
Okay. What the coaches? Okay, but the coaches. Who paying the coaches? The school, right? The school's paying the coaches.
And alumni.
So most of these coaches is old school, so they should be used to. They should. I don't know. It's a new thing for me. It's a new thing with NIL.
And the problem is that it has the NIL money and all this has sped up the process. you don't get the, we used to see teams that you could close your eyes and say certain teams are going to be in certain places at certain points, before this, because they were just powerhouses and they had stacked talent. Now the talent is not stacked anymore. It's more watered down because guys are going different places, and it's putting coaches in bad situations. It really is.
So when you look at this, you talk coaches and you talk them having the right amount of time. What's fair? What's a fair amount of time for a coach to be given to be able to come into a new situation, new program with new players and to make shit happen?
3 years.
About 3 years.
3 years for me.
I think 3 years. A couple years for sure, because you got to let them. Because when they first come in, they don't have their players, so you got to give them at least a couple years for them to get their players in.
You got to recruit,
you got to
now it's not recruiting anymore. Because now when you come in,
you still got to recruit a little bit.
You're not gonna get a first year,
right?
You don't get first year, but you can go to the portal and you can get 100 people, 100 players.
You can go to the portal
if you got money.
Yeah,
if you got some money.
And
you still got some money.
Everybody got big money though.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, of course, some schools got a lot more than others.
That's the problem with it.
But the attraction of other schools, of course, the bigger schools. But the thing is, what's hurting the bigger schools is that I think Saban left. And I think he done said it a couple of times about because he left because his NIL stuff. But he really didn't say it hurts. It hurted him really because he ain't got no 5-star sitting on the bench coming in second string and this and that, because now mother's getting paid and they ain't gonna sit around and wait to play and all that shit. So mother's not getting paid.
Before the motherfuckers on the bench wouldn't get no money, so now they can go somewhere else and get money.
Exactly. You can't hold that over their head of being there next year or this could be your year next year. They'd be like, no, the hell with that. I ain't waiting to try to see no more. I'm out of here.
So one of the big things that your Sabans, your Dabo, and Gundy, they said that paying the players was going to directly impact their ability to be able to coach the teams and to coach the players the right way, because the focus is drawn. So from a coach's perspective, you take them out of an environment where there was no money being paid to now there's money being paid. Is that more difficult for the coaches? Is it easier for the coaches? The expectation? Is it, what do you all think it is for a person stepping into a coach's role?
Well, I think it's going to be difficult because they think they got their head is swole, like they the shit around campus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and they
always thought that. Look, if you talk about brothers, they always thought they was the shit around campus.
Where you go and pick up a Rolls Royce or some a Hummer or something from the dealership, and you roll around campus thinking you the big shit around campus.
If you was a baller, you was riding around in Rolls Royce before that.
Hey, now it's money seen. So I think it's going to be harder now because sometimes they have to hide that money. You had to hide that money. You can't drive around in that shit, but now you can.
And not only that, it the way you can even approach to even talk to people now when you go to coaching, you can't even hardly say nothing to them, because if they don't like your tone or anything about it, they be like, you know what? All right, next year I'm flying. It's nothing to hold them over there no more. So I think something need to be fixed, but we'll get on. All right, Martin, what you think about that?
I think there's a lot more pressure on the coaches. I think this money, because like I said in my opening statement, anytime that money is getting pushed out, hey, people just pay the results right away. And really, I think personally, it causes for the coaches, this money is causing problems because everybody ain't getting paid. Everybody's getting paid.
No, everybody.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, as a coach, you gotta have a good balance. Because
but they get paid, but they ain't getting paid. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
they ain't getting paid.
They ain't getting paid. Yeah.
Right.
They gotta have their money and shit. They can't walk around with the rollie on and shit. They gotta, they gotta have that shit. They gotta have the shit. So, but I'm just saying. But it to me, that puts more pressure on the coach, because you gotta have a good balance, because you got Arch getting paid like a motherfucker, and then you got the offensive lineman, the mother that's blocking for him and shit. You got to keep these motherfuckers happy, and they ain't getting paid. You know what I'm saying? But as a coach, to me that brings a whole different element to the game for them. They got to have a real good balance, trying to keep everybody happy and all that shit too. So I personally think it's a lot more pressure on the coaches when you bring in all this money. I mean, like I said, like we said before, everybody getting paid, but still, now it's out there. So I think there's a lot more pressure on the coaches because
a lot more.
It's a lot of different things they got to deal with. Not just playing the X and O's.
Not X and O's, right?
It's a totally different game now. So
you still got to deal with the family members.
As well as the thing is it does affect the X and O's because now my ability to be able to do things is dependent on you doing plays and doing the right things is gonna allow me to get my shine, right? And then I can go off and be somewhere else. So I think it's more pressure on the coaches, but what I would say is this: it's a leveling off because for years the coaches, like I'm not sure if you guys understand this, or notice the pressure that's been on coaches, it should be heightened because for years they get the salary, right? Yeah. They get the shoe money. Like they get shoe money. They make money based on them signing up for whatever shoe company, Nike and all them. They get money for the show that they do. Like a lot of them on the big colleges in particular, they do this show where they record and they talk about the game and all that, but they get paid there. And then there's probably 4 or 5 other little ultimate streams where the coaches, like the equipment stuff they buy and who they buy from, they get a cut of that. So they get a cut of every fucking little piece. So the thing is they've been getting that for years. Some of them pushing back, I think it's some bullshit because at some point you got to level off, right? It can't just be you getting paid and the expectations stay in the past. No, as your salary increases, then they got to get paid too. So in some cases, a lot of cases, depending on where you're at, some of these motherfucking superstar players make more than fucking coaches is.
Yeah, of course. No, I think Hunter and Shador is making. I ain't gonna say more than Dion, but they making some more than other coaches that was coaching in the other schools.
They make more on the salary than Dion. They would make it more on the offense.
No, I'm not saying Dion. I'm saying the other coaches. Yeah. Nobody make more.
The other coaches, they would. But I'm saying Dion, they was making more of his coach's salary.
Oh yeah,
throw in the blenders and all that bullshit Dion did, and the commercials and all that. Yeah. Aflac, that motherfucker's making some coins.
Oh yeah, he making his money. So what about that they coached from Florida? He got fired too.
Yeah, Napier.
Napier should
have been fired 2 years ago.
Right.
He's got fired after a win. So normally they wait after a win.
Yeah, that's bad.
That motherfucker got a win.
That's what they say. That's what they say. It don't matter what happened. I don't care no more.
But to his point, he never got Florida to the levels that they expected. And if you look at the list, we're gonna talk about in a minute. Lagway making a lot of money. So the quarterback he selected that's there he's in the top 10 as far as the money. So expectations come with that. So I think in a nutshell, when you bubble it all down or boil it all down, seems like college football. Now you lose 2 games, then you're out of there. And hey, maybe if that's the new reality, that's what they got to do for their money. So now we're gonna transition. So we're gonna talk a little bit about NIL. We got quarterbacks driving Lambos before they even take a college snap. NIL is empowering players, or is empowering players financially, or is it turning college football, you think, into a straight up business? So is college football now more business than it is about, how before they go, the student athlete, you should be happy in the education, all that bullshit.
I ain't never go for that bullshit.
So what do you guys thought on that? Is it turned into where it's business and just about the dollars and cents, or is NIL turned into other shit?
Now it's
all about motherfucking business. It's all about the business. Yeah.
It's about what's NIL stand for. Your name, image, and likeness. It's all about the money. It's all about the money now. Because if you don't like the coach, you don't like the school, you jump in that portal and you go somewhere else.
Exactly.
So that's a business move for the students now. So right now it's all about the money. That's all it is right now. All about the money. Now, y'all understand how y'all got y'all quarterback. All about the money.
Oh yeah. Now,
of course, we have money to pay for it.
Yeah.
So I say this. I say this on as it relates to NIL. So I'm not sure if you guys know this, but so the cap for a school is $20.5 million. Is what all of them are given across the board that they can spend. That's the cap. You're not to spend it all.
They spend it more than that.
Then what happens? What happens where the extra money comes in?
Yeah.
You got the boosters. You got the alumni. So teams like Texas went from that 20 to 35 million. It's pretty reported. They don't have the money that have to get spent off the books. They ain't got no track of that.
Right.
But it's reported.
Yeah, that's great.
at 35 million. So when you get to those levels and you got that much money above the table that's been paid out,
right?
Do you all think it's helping the sport or hurting the sport?
But is that for the coaches? Is that for the coaches included, or is that just for the students?
No.
Okay,
This is just for the players.
Okay, just the players.
It's hurting.
Okay.
So what's it doing to the game?
I think it's hurting it.
Hurting it.
I think it's hurting the game. You know why it's hurting it? Because just because the team has the money to spend, and to bring these players in, that don't mean it's going to be a good fit. This is all just about the money right now. So we ain't even talking about the X's and O's. We just talking about getting this player in, because every player doesn't fit good with every team and every system. But right now, with them to spend that money, they don't even give a fuck. They just figure, look, that this guy's the best player, but just because he's the best player, that doesn't mean that he fits good with your system. That's what's gonna get lost in this, because people just spend this money and they just pushing it out. Because like I'm looking at the list right now, and you mentioned DJ Lagway.
Yeah,
he getting paid for what?
$3.7 million.
He's been fucking horrible, and it's probably because of that system he's in. Because all these teams is not going now. Will these teams adjust to that player's to his strengths to make him successful? I don't know, but to me, it's all about now. It's all about the money, and I think the X and O's getting left behind.
It clearly the money has ruined and starting to ruin things. There's no continuity. You don't have a chance to build anything anymore. Halfway through the season, guys is already checked out because they already thinking about which team they're gonna be in the portal in next year. All the smaller teams are really paying because they don't have the money to spend.
Yeah, that $20.5 million is for really the power four.
Exactly.
Yeah. Once you get to the group of five, they ain't spending that kind of money. So they're not going to be able to compete. Now they'll be able to compete amongst the level of schools that they're in with, but them competing against like the big schools, like you've had some remarkable shit this year with some of these little teams like South Florida and other teams that have really small dollars they spent, being able to compete with some of the big schools and beat some of those big schools.
But I think with the money, it helps more to the little schools, because like we mentioned before, Alabama and Georgia, they used to have second and third string, all them 5-stars, and they wouldn't get paid no money. But so now, if I'm one of them guys, I go to the small school and I'm getting $1 million or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then they start.
That helps.
But they're gonna yank you.
That
You're
helps
gonna be
the
there
little
1 year.
schools. This to me, it helps out the little schools better than the bigger schools, because now you're getting some of those 5-stars. You're paying
for the 1 year
but
because they
you're
plucked.
still getting them.
Yeah.
Because before you would never get them at all.
Yeah,
you get them for 1 year. You're not really building no continuity, and they gone before you can even really build anything.
But
that's kind of go ahead.
But do the stars matter now? What kind
of
the stars? What kind of star you get? 3, 4, 5 stars?
Well, that plays a role in what they're paying them and what you're paying you coming in when you're coming in from high school.
Oh, that's high school. Now you're in the porter.
Once you go the other route, you go portal, then it's different. It's how did you perform last year? But if you're talking NIL, we're talking NIL, then the stars matter.
Yeah. So, but before, the little schools did never have a chance to even think about getting none of these top players. They ain't have a chance. You know what I'm saying? But now at least they do have a chance now, and they actually getting some of them. So I think that, like I said, that kind of works in their favor. I think it kind of works in the smaller schools' favor.
Let me ask you
in
a
that
question.
case, because
do y'all think that they should have it where if you transfer, it's got to be for a 2-year thing? It can't just be this 1 year thing. Do you think that would help? You think if they did that?
Well, we're not talking the transfer part yet.
Okay, all right, my bad.
We're talking NIL. We're talking just paying them coming in. And so this is for high school recruited players, is where the NIL, and obviously as they move around, then it's still NIL when they go elsewhere. So we're just talking that part of it.
Okay.
Not necessarily the portal. The portal we're going to hit in a second. But from NIL perspective, one of the things I wanted to hit real quick, if you got like the top 10, here's the top 10 kids in the portal, and
half of
heavily influenced by quarterbacks. So Arch Manning, $6.8 million. So if you got $6.8 million worth of play out of Arch Manning this year,
hell no.
Okay, Carson Beck, $4.3 million. Number 2. He's number 2.
He's been good.
Decent, been serviceable.
We just lost.
Now Not last week, but anyway. Overall, he's been okay. Jeremiah Smith.
Better than Archie.
The only quarterback on the top 10 list.
Yeah,
only quarterback on the top 10 list. Only
but he hasn't
played
that. He hasn't had that great year. So far, he hasn't.
Yeah. So Garrett Nussmeier, 3.8. You know he ain't did shit.
Hell no. He that motherfucker. He should be paying the school. That's some bullshit. The shit he been pulling off.
Ain't none of them in the Heisman race. Ain't none of them in the Heisman race. So
Lenore Sellers, 3 point. He's number 5, $3.7 million. South Carolina's been disappointing too. Yeah, they've been disappointing too.
No Heisman.
This shit. DJ Lagway, number 6, $3.7 million.
This motherfucker for sure don't deserve it. And then, hey, and this next motherfucker you about to say, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know how the fuck he getting paid. Go ahead. I want to hear this shit.
The only way Lagway earns it is if he's getting paid per interception. Then the motherfucker earns 3.7. Otherwise, that motherfucker he don't deserve that. Now, number 7, Drew Aller, $3.2 million. Drew Aller.
Oh, okay. I thought it was what's the name next.
Who?
I thought it was. I'm not. Go. Who's next?
Okay, I bet you. I got Drew Aller. Then I got after that John Mateer for Oklahoma at $3.2 million. Then I got Bryce at $3 million.
Okay.
And I got Mensa for Duke at $2.8 million.
What is okay? I got a different list. What is Klubnik making?
Klubnik is there's something. I don't know what. I don't have it on my list.
I got 2.1.
What you showing?
I got 2.1. 2.1.
Okay.
I got 3.4. Okay.
Because that one ain't paying nobody. So
yeah.
So
but that motherfucker don't deserve to be on the list.
We got Klubnik 2.1.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, some of these motherfuckers don't deserve this at all. But
the top of the list is the worst.
No.
Archie, by far, Archie is the worst. Are you kidding me?
Archie's bad. Beck Beck has been playing good this year. But if you got the bottom of this list, I'm telling you, these motherfuckers, Nussmeier, Sellers, Legway, no, none of them three don't deserve to get paid at all.
Nah, they should be getting paid
at all.
Drew Aller
they've been fucking horrible.
None of them is on the Heisman list.
Drew Aller was where he didn't finish the game. The motherfucker played 90% of the game when they lost to Northwestern. So Drew Aller was responsible for the loss to UCLA, the loss to Northwestern,
right?
And they lost last week without him. So that's the first one.
That motherfucker, he faded digital now because he
Martin, sometimes they go back to what you say about how you go to switching and the program sometimes don't work for you. I've seen some quarterbacks switch. Who is the quarterback? Is it Castellanos? Is that Castellanos? What's Castellanos?
Castellanos is Florida State.
No,
Florida State.
He came from Boston College before.
He came from Boston College.
But he looks better over in Florida State. It's like the system.
Well, he was looking better
until he got problems.
Not the last 4 games.
Well, what about Carson Beck? Did he look bad in Georgia
good this year?
Or this year?
Carson Beck been playing good
last year. He was bad. Last year he was bad. Before that he played pretty good in Georgia, but this year he's better than last year. Yeah,
he's better than last year.
He has been better.
So he made a good choice.
Yeah,
but
he made a good choice.
For the quarterbacks coming in but this is my point about the timing, because even for the quarterbacks, that like coming in for their first year, it's not easy to come in your first year and then and do great. Now,
no continuity with no receivers or nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So and that's why I think the money price is gonna get jacked up, because eventually, when you have all these motherfuckers come in their first year and they ain't doing shit, and the program is trying to rush it for sure, because you really don't have that much time. You know what I'm saying?
3 years.
So
3 years max.
But for some of them,
you got three.
Three on the coach, some of them
you got
half on the player.
They're bouncing.
You got like one coming in. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you coming in, you a senior, you going somewhere. That shit gonna mean we're gonna expect a whole bunch, but in all reality, it takes more than 1 year usually for you to get that time in, with your receivers and everything else. But that's where we're at right now, though. That's where we're at.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So with the NIL might be crazy as fuck and be the Wild Wild West, but I'm gonna tell you, the transfer portal might be fucking even worse.
Oh, transfer
the NIL,
is horrible.
Right? Compliment one another, may even be worse. But like, there's situations where you have quarterbacks that have changed teams like 2 and 3 consecutive times. I can think of like 2 or 3 USC quarterbacks that's been all over the fucking place.
Yep.
Right? You got multiple quarterbacks from USC. So what do you guys think about as a part of this, the transfer portal? What do you think about the portal where you got people jumping from one team to the next team to the next team?
They're gonna have to
3 consecutive years.
In my opinion, they're gonna have to change that shit.
Yeah.
When I say change it, it's got to be a max of how many times you can transfer. So you tell me I can come as a freshman and I can change every fucking year?
No, you got to do 2 years.
It's got to be a max. I say you get one. I say you get one chance to move because after the first time, okay, so
just one.
If you pick the wrong school the first time and then you pick the wrong school the second time, you know what? You just can't pick the right fucking school for you. So
it's on you now.
It's gotta be a cutoff saying, look, you got one transfer portal was 1 year, and that's it.
Every 2 years is about the same thing, Martin. Now, you get about
if you worth a shit, worth a damn, you're going after 3 years, right? So you're saying you guys are advocating that you get allowed one transfer.
I say you get one transfer.
One transfer or one every 2 years. You can only do it once you transfer. You got to be there for 2 years. You can't leave. You got to stay there for 2 years.
Yeah.
So ain't nobody regulating this. There's no regulation or regulator.
It is very
for the
very
transfer
loosely,
portal.
Very loosely regulated. What happens is you put your name into the portal. You then you get an agent. So they get agents. And college football, they are doing it. I know.
Okay.
I'm sure
they're not real agents, though.
I know college basketball. But you get an agent. Well, it's guys that are certified agents that they have that represent them on their behalf, and then they go out and seek and find teams that match and or looking for the money and match them from the standpoint of what they're looking for in the next school they go to. Yeah, they have guys that are certified on their behalf where it ain't the player doing it,
but the amount they can get they can take as much as they want now. Yeah. Those guys is not a percentage no more. That's
but the problem is,
go ahead, bro.
But the problem is, what are we teaching these kids? We teaching them that no competition because they have to compete for the job and this and that. What are we really teaching them? Because we teaching them a bad fucking example. Because if you think you can just run from everything, because that's the case.
Right.
We're telling them that, you know what? Okay, it's tough over here. No, then just go over there. That ain't
get paid.
They ain't no good lesson.
Exactly.
Well, you get paid with no penalty.
But his coaches too just telling these kids to jump in the portal too. When you coaching, don't tell these kids to jump in the portal. Just tell motherfuckers stay your ass right here and you learn some shit.
The coaches can't tell them that. The coaches have.
I know they can't tell them that, but damn, don't tell them to go to the portal.
That's why they got to change it.
Yeah, they got no input into it.
I know.
Every year shit is ridiculous, man. It's killing the game, man. It's killing the game.
What is the deadline? What's the deadline to get in the portal?
There's a deadline that is like because actually Nico probably pushed it to the limit. It was like a couple weeks before the season started when Nico transferred from UCLA and went over to from Tennessee and went to UCLA. So I think the line is out there.
Right.
Okay.
And one of the other things is too, if you think about the UNLV guy last year, the quarterback that transferred, he transferred after 2 games.
Wow,
that's crazy.
So it's an in-season transfer portal.
You can do that in the middle of the season? I didn't know you could do that.
He left last year after 2 games because he said they fucked around with NIL money. He was worried about how he played. He played okay.
Yeah, I remember.
He hadn't played good.
And he got hurt.
He said they fucked up his NIL money. They promised him X amount and they didn't give it to him. So then he bounced.
Yeah.
So he left out during the season.
And they sit out bowl games now too, because they don't want to get hurt before they get transferred.
That's the story of the whole year.
Before they get transferred or before they get drafted.
Yeah.
They reserve the right. Hey, the power. What happens is before the power was with the coaches, and it was too much. It was too much of an absolute power that they had. Now you open it up, and you swung it over. Where now I think it's a bit too much for the player. And I'm all for players getting paid. But I think you gotta put some restrictions and put some guidance. The NCAA has done a poor job of putting structure to this shit.
Right.
Where you got motherfuckers jump around all over the place. It's like for it's like, and quite honestly, it is just like free agency because you got to watch the first couple of weeks. Be like, okay, shit, let me see that motherfucker over there. Oh, he there. Oh, that court, he went there. Damn, last year he was over there. Yeah, right? It's like we're like 4 weeks in before I realized some motherfuckers had even moved and was at this new school. So I think the transfer portal has left a lot to be desired as well. But it sounds like to a person, we're saying that we don't agree with the transfer portal, right? And we don't agree necessarily with the NIL and I think the dollars that are available. I mean, if they wouldn't be paying it,
the dollars are there
being made. Dollars are being paid because the institutions are still making their billions or whatever on these big schools, right? And then you make it to the 12-team tournament, you make even more money and shit,
right? Yeah.
So I do have a question. So if a kid go into the portal and two universities want the kid, right? Mm-hmm. So it depends on the dollars, or do it depends on the ranking inside the portal where the school is at? You know what I mean? Do they got a ranking?
It's up to the kid.
No, the kid and his agent or representative.
Yeah, just the kid itself.
They make the decision on where they're going to go. If you got two, they get to make their own choice.
And I wouldn't bet that decision is going to be based on who paying the most. So, majority of the time it's going to be about it ain't about the school. Yeah. It's about who paying the most. I'm coming there.
That's what it's going to come down to. You figure the decision is going to be based on that. And the thing is why the coaches, in some cases, have talked about it, they're writing a mix of it, right? They're equally responsible for it because they're going out after trying to win, so they're going to do whatever. They don't give a fuck.
Right.
So they're going to jump through whatever hoops and do whatever they got to do in order to make sure that they land the right players and that they go hit the alumni to get whatever money they need to be able to land those players. So
I think the portal should be like the draft. I think the portal should be like the draft. The worst teams go to number one. If you jump in that draft in the portal, you go to that worst team.
No, they don't
that ain't
not college.
That's because them niggas ain't got no money.
Hey,
you talking about George Washington get Cam Newton?
They're that portal then, right? I bet you they stay out that portal.
Everybody got to portal in.
Hey, you trying to end the portal? We trying to. We talking about enhancing it, not getting rid of it.
Hey, they stay out of it.
All right, so now, when you add all this shit up together, you got the coaches. And that the turn is going there. And I think what's going to happen eventually, like the old school guys are going to all be gone soon. And you're going to have like this new school cutting edge guys where they're going to bring in like now the whole infrastructure comes in. Like if you look at Stanford, one of the things I saw like with Luck and them brought in a general manager. So they have general managers down college. They have the administrators. I mean like a whole infrastructure built to be able to support it.
Like an NFL organization.
At the same time, these motherfuckers getting paid too. Motherfuckers getting paid. It's money all over the place. So I don't blame players. When you take all the coaches and that carousel and the jobs thing going on there, you take the NIL and the dollars that's floating around and the ability for players to jump around with teams with the transfer portal. Take all that together. Let's fast forward 5 years from now. This is in closing out. We fast forward. Okay, fuck it. 5 years from now, what does college football look like? Do we have super conferences? Do we have a players union? Do we still have, is it even college? Is it even amateur sports anymore, right? Because it crosses over the lines of what do you guys see? And on this one, we'll go around everybody. What do you guys see 5 years from now? What does it look like to you in 5 years?
5 years? Well,
it's hard to say.
As for the conferences, it's going to boil down to, I'm telling you, because we're getting down to where it's going to be two major conferences, and we know what those two are.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty ugly actually. I feel bad for the smaller schools because the smaller schools is gonna fade out. I think they're gonna fade out because it's gonna be because the thing is if we just starting off with all this money right now and it's only gonna get bigger. It's only gonna get bigger, and if it's getting bigger, it's gonna be more money involved. That's gonna put the little guys out the way, and it's gonna be all about the big boys. Always, I mean, so pretty much
the American way.
It's gonna be
capitalist society.
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be just your major schools every year. It's gonna be the same fucking schools because they're gonna be the ones with all the money, spending the money.
So you think they're gonna consolidate conferences down and have?
I think they're gonna consolidate down even more. I think eventually they're gonna consolidate even more, and you're gonna see two major conferences, which is gonna be the Big Ten and SEC, and it's gonna be a couple other conferences, but watch other schools is gonna join these conferences because the conferences make these deals too, to where they're getting the TV deals and all that stuff too.
So they can
the
do
Big
and get some of
Ten
that
and
money.
the SEC,
Everybody
all
does.
them
And help
getting
their
major
program
deals
that way.
too.
Okay.
So guess what that means? That's more motherfucking money for these big conferences. So and these little, I mean, and like those like teams like the ACC and all that. If I'm making that same money as the Big Ten getting, trust me, them schools gonna be coming over too. Like
they've already talked about the revenue share, the difference in revenue share for the Big Ten and the SEC versus the ACC and the Big 12 and Big 12.
You're gonna
there's
see
a big difference.
Clemson,
There's a big disparity.
You see Clemson and Florida State in the Big Ten and all that shit. Watch. Eventually, the next, I'm telling you, you say like next 5 years, that's where I think we're headed. And it's gonna push out the little schools even more than what they already are pushed out. And it's gonna be just these couple major conferences and that's it. Cause hey, motherfuckers going where the money is at. So
then Q or Tweet, which I got.
I agree with Martin. It's only gonna be 4 major colleges left in about 5
years.
Well,
only 4 major now.
Well, that's all it's gonna be. That's all it's gonna be. Everything else gonna get cut out. It's just gonna be those 4 left, and they should have commissioners.
Well, they ain't gonna be able to take the. They ain't gonna be able to take the little schools in. They ain't gonna be able to take.
They gonna be able to take them out.
They gonna have them.
They'll be on the side of something. They'd be like the G League or some shit. So
as for like going, as for like the playoff and all that stuff.
Yeah, no.
The little schools ain't gonna have a fucking chance.
They ain't got a chance.
They gonna have a fucking chance in a minute.
But I think they should have commissioners or somebody over those conferences, right?
They have commissioners now.
Wow.
Those are guys that are going out and negotiating those deals. Like the commissioner for the Big Ten, he went over to the Chicago Bears, right? He did that for a while. He went over to the Chicago Bears, and there's another pro guy that came in and do another one of the big conferences. Yeah, those motherfuckers switching hands back and forth.
Well, they need to put some structure on this NIL deals. On this NIL. So.
I don't. My personal opinion, 5 years from now, you fast forward. I don't think they want structure because in the transition, all this shit, it's money that's everywhere. They can't control it. They can't track it. So motherfuckers get paid.
That is crazy. Yeah, that is crazy.
Right, motherfuckers getting paid. Look, and all the little movement and shuffling around is motherfucking money exchanging hands.
Yeah, that is crazy.
They can't manage it. So now, these motherfuckers making so much under the table. It's crazy.
Yeah. Don't nobody know what college sports is going to. It's just all over the place. We just don't know. It's all over the place.
Well,
but the thing is, like I mentioned earlier, it's hurting the game though. I think it's gonna hurt the game because, like I said, we're teaching the kids we're teaching the kids to just run. As soon as something go wrong, something at practice. I want to go to transfer portal and shit. Come on.
Yeah.
You better man up.
I don't like the way you talk.
You got to deal with life situations because that ain't teaching. That's teaching them a bad example just to run. Soon as one thing happened to you.
Right.
That's some bullshit.
Agreed.
And that's gonna hurt.
What you got, Q?
I believe 5 years from now, like Martin said, is you gonna have to get with us or get ran over. So you either join us and get some of this TV money, or you fade off into oblivion. You're not a part of it. And far as the NL side and the money with the kids, they got to change something, man. They got to change it where, like you say, Martin, they can only transfer once, or they got to figure out a way to keep these guys here more than 1 year because we hurt, we suffering from this. We're not getting the same continuity and games and powerhouses and and stuff that we used to seeing too. So
right. As well as I think that you lose out is the rivalries. Like they killed a lot of rivalries, which is fucking shameful. But they don't give a fuck. Joe fan,
they don't give a fuck about that.
Joe alumni that sit in the seat that ain't one of the alumni as a booster that's giving money. They don't give a fuck. So all of the changes, all of it goes towards money, and it's truly what America is. It's the epitome of America, where capitalist society is the have and have-nots. If you ain't got it, then fuck you.
Fuck you.
Right, fuck you very much.
That's crazy.
Fuck you very much. Fuck
have a nice day.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You don't want to play with the big conference to get all the money, then fuck you. Go over there and play the little conference, you get a little money. Right. Where it come down to. So
yeah.
Hey,
so
go ahead.
So how y'all feel about the college playoff this year?
How we feel?
Yeah. As of what are the 12 teams now, right?
Yeah. Well
last year.
I actually like the 12 team. I like the 12 team because now the the one thing that the 12 team do is it makes it to where teams can play tough games early in the season, and they ain't scared to play tough games. So that's why you're gonna have
loss don't count against
all during the season, because now with 12 teams, you can have 1 or 2 losses. You know what I'm saying? Until in the tournament. When before it was just 4 teams, didn't nobody want to play nobody because they were scared to get that loss and scared not make the playoffs. So I actually like them opening up to 12 teams.
Yes,
I think
as well as it lets in teams that normally wouldn't be invited. Like before, it was always where you got ranked at in the beginning of the season that kind of dictated where you fail. And if you weren't rated high enough, you never had a chance to land into the 12-team playoff.
That's true.
I mean, the 14 playoff when it's 4 teams. So I think by going to 12, I think they've helped to remedy some of that. I think it's probably you can do a couple more. I think you probably go to 16. I think
16
is probably the ultimate level. Is what I would say. I would say it's probably 16 is probably the right number, but I think with that, I think it's added a benefit.
I like that because it used to be teams that would have perfect seasons, and they would they're mid-major, or they don't deserve it because they would come up with some bullshit to keep them out. And now those teams get a chance to play, and that's really nice.
I think that's added a good benefit to it, but it remains to be seen. We'll see where this shit lands.
We'll see this year.
One thing for sure is going to be the Wild Wild West over the course of the next couple of years. We'll come back. We'll keep a pulse on it, and maybe in a year or 2 years we'll come back and we'll throw this back on the agenda and we'll talk about it. But for now, we beat it up enough. Time for us to close out, and we always do that one way. Hit them, Tweety.
Like and subscribe. Hood Report 2025.
That's right, baby. Hey, shout outs. Who got them shout outs?
Detroit, baby. Detroit. Las Vegas, Arizona, all over, baby.
Bangladesh, India,
baby.
Detroit, we love you. Go ahead, Martin. Tell them the rep.
Represent, baby. Show us love, baby.
Follow us or sign up for our Discord server. You'll find that. Make sure you log in. You took down that address for Hood Gear in case you didn't. Hoodgearshop.com. You'll find that on Shopify, and you find it we got a TikTok store. Hey, baby, represent like we do. Hood Report. Baby. We love you. Peace out.